Okay, so in this video I wanted to show you how you can create a thumbnail using Canva Pro. So for many of you that are looking to upload your YouTube videos, I'm sure you know that it's important to have a good thumbnail. As you can see some of the thumbnails here. The idea of a thumbnail is to try and get you to click on the video or to grab your attention. So some of them are a little clickbaity. They basically draw you in, right? Trying to get you
a few days ago, while I was
to
scrolling
click
through
because
YouTube,
you want to find out what the video is actually about. So that's the importance of a good thumbnail. What I suggest is I would suggest that you just go and whatever your niche is or whatever your video is about, you go and search for some of those types of videos on YouTube, and basically it'll bring up pages with videos related to that similar niche, and then you can get an idea of what some people are doing out there as far as getting your attention and the things that you might want to include on your thumbnail.
I was browsing YouTube recently, and
when you have a good thumbnail, you're going to get more clicks.
It's
right?
all about
It's
videos.
Just the way it is. So get an idea. I would do that as a research thing. Just get an idea and go and see what other creators are doing, and then you'd want to get yourself a subscription to Canva. So for those of you that don't know what Canva is, it's an online graphics tool that can do many different things depending on what subscription level you have. I suggest the Canva Pro, but you will be able to do certain things with a free account as well. But anyways, so this is going to show you how you can do a thumbnail, create a thumbnail quickly in Canva. So if you go into Canva, whether you're just signing up or whether you already have a Canva account, you want to go in there, you want to go and you can come in here and you can click for, like I'm under templates now, you could put, YouTube thumbnail. Now you can see these are the 1920 by 1080 style, so landscape style, which is like long form videos on YouTube. So all these templates that are here are editable, so you can go in and edit anything that you see in them. Depending on what your video is about, you can add images, graphics, whatever that relate to that. So you can also come in and go under style, and then you can pick based on style, creative, get an idea of what is there, modern, simple. So there's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of templates that can be edited. So what I would do, if you're going to use a template that's already available to grab people's attention, then start with one of these and see what you can do with it as far as editing it. But you can also come in here and create a blank YouTube thumbnail. So you can get the dimensions, get a blank slate, and then you can come in and start adding. So if you click on that, for example, if you were going to do one from scratch, this is the size, so this is 1920 by 1080, and you can see it's already popping up some templates here. But if we didn't want to go that route and you wanted to do it completely from scratch, then you could just come over and you could go into elements now. You could look for, maybe go under graphics, or you could go in under, you could just go search for backgrounds in here. So here's a background, for example. If I wanted that, I'd click that, brings it in. If you wanted to fill in this background to make it fill in this area, you could just right click on it and go set images background. And there you go. You can remove it by just highlighting it. You could go pick a different one here. Let's search one up. Go back here. Just seen a good one. I'll put background So here's different backgrounds. You pick anything that comes up in here if there's something to your liking. You're going to have to mess around with the searches. But basically, you come in, find something that you like. So let's say you wanted this one. Right click. That could be your background. I'm sure there's better ones than this. Let's try thumbnail backgrounds. So you can see, you can just keep searching and keep digging for the ones that you like. And basically, it's just a matter of then going in and adding elements. So you can find things under elements. You can put in, I don't know, search for stars. Something that's going to fit with your background, maybe. Might want to put something like that in there in the corner. You might want to duplicate it, so you could right click on it and you could go duplicate. You could drag it over here and put it in this corner, and you could flip it up here, something like that. You could find an image of somebody under photos. Shocked man, this is graphics though, so if you wanted, it's because I'm under graphics, you would go under photos, so go into here. Let's say you wanted her, for example. You could search anything in here. If you wanted, you could search for anyone, but let's say I wanted this girl right here. I could bring her in, and then let's say I wanted this background gone. I could click on background remover. And then you could size her to whatever you want. And then you could put in a certain type of text, whatever type of text you want. You could find some stuff that's already here. And you could paste that in. You could turn it. You could move her. Move her. You could change this font in here if you wanted. Whatever you wanted to do. If you don't want that, you could just delete them one at a time. Oops. Put in something like that. If you need to get at a layer beneath it, then you would take her and you would go up to position and you would move her to the back or move her backward. Then you can see this is now in the front. You could move things around. This over here. I can grab this one. So it'll let me. Alright, so hold on. I'm going to move this to the back. Move it backward. Move backward. Move backward. Sometimes it's hard to move it, so just move it out of the way. You could move this down here. You could move this over. Oops. Could move this over here. You know, you could put something else in here if that didn't fit what you wanted. You could go search for, I don't know. Suppose I'm under photos though, so I don't want a photo. I want a graphic. So I'll go under here. I can find you know, whatever you wanted. If you wanted to add something in there, you could make your thumbnail as attention grabbing as possible. So you can play around with any of these elements, put in whatever you want, find different things to put in here to make your thumbnail so that you get people to click on your thumbnail in order to view your video, right? So that's the idea of a thumbnail. If you wanted to change any of this text in here, you could just highlight it and then type in whatever you wanted. You know, horrific story, like whatever you want to put in there. If you want to undo something, you just come up and simply go and undo it up here. Hit it again. Oops. Anyways, you get the idea when you're making your own thumbnail in order to get people's attention. You can grab and drag the elements. You can position them, remove backgrounds. I already showed you that. You can change colors on a lot of the stuff, on the fonts. You can change the style of font. You can change the size. It really just comes down to what you want for your thumbnail. But anyways, once you've got that done, then you can come up here. You can name your thumbnail whatever you want. So I would suggest when you're uploading videos on YouTube, whatever your video is about, if your video has, when you put your videos online, you should be using your keywords in your file name, or using some keywords in the file name. It's always a good idea, and I suggest doing the same in your thumbnail, because you're going to be uploading that thumbnail to your YouTube account. So whatever your YouTube video is about, whatever the topic is, or whatever your YouTube channel niche is, then you might want to use some of those keywords in your thumbnails when you upload them. Once you're done and you're happy with your thumbnail, then you would just come in here and you would click download, and it would download to your computer. And then when you were uploading your videos, you would upload your thumbnail as well. And there is an option in there too where you can do a comparison. You can have more than one thumbnail show. So YouTube will experiment between different thumbnails to see which one gets you the best results. But that's another video. It's pretty straightforward. It's just something for you to experiment with. But basically, yeah, Canva, you can come around and do all this stuff. Now, if you didn't want this, you could go to some of the actual designs that are already in there. You could pick a template that you liked. So let's say you wanted, I don't know, this one. This is a template that's in there for thumbnails already. So the same thing. You can change any of this font. You can change the color to whatever you want. You could change the actual font style. You could make it bigger. You could make it smaller. You could change the positioning. You could position the stuff wherever you want. If you wanted this guy out of here and you didn't want him in there, you wanted somebody else, you could just highlight him and delete him. You go to elements and you could go to photos. And you could just say, you know, you wanted to use this girl, for example. You could bring her in. And again, if there was a background, if she had a background around her, then you would just highlight her like this with the blue bounding box. Then you would hit background remover, and it would remove the background around her. So that's an easy way to do that. And again, you can size it any way you want. And then you can bring her to the front, forward. Brought her to the front. You can move these elements. and you can change any of this stuff. You can add things by going into elements, searching for stars or, you know, brush strokes or whatever it is that you're looking for. If you can try and describe it in there and look for it, whether it's going to be a photo or it's going to be under a graphic, then yeah, basically you get it and you just click and bring it in. Here's some recently used things. You know, whatever you click on, it's going to bring it into your thumbnail. So basically, that's all I wanted to show in here. I think it's a good thing for a lot of you people to experiment with and mess around with when you're looking to have people click on your videos and to get more clicks. So I thought I'd just upload that, and that gives you an idea basically of what you can do and how you can mess around with these templates. Again, templates are important because you want people to click on your videos, and that's the way that they're going to do it. So go into Canva, try it out, and see what you think.